Hey, good morning guys. Welcome sa subject natin for today, differential calculus. And today, we will be continuing our discussion in differentials. And last week, we discussed yung differentials by increment. Ngayon, we will be discussing yung differentials by formula. Okay? Learning outcomes natin at the end of the session. So, first is to state, derive, and illustrate yung standard differentiation formula. So, we have 5 basic differentiation formulas. And next is to differentiate functions and apply differentiation formulas involving various computations natin. Okay? So, kung yung last week na yung activity natin, pinapagawa sa inyo is to derive the given function using the derivative by increment method. Ngayon i-discuss natin yung 5 basic formulas na pwede natin gamitin to solve the functions faster, no? Again, we are solving the derivative of the function to get yung slope na tinatawag natin kasi as we have discussed previously. So we discussed previously yung sa ating slope na yon is taken from the line tangent dun sa curve natin, and yung line na yun is nag-extend from one point dun sa curve natin papunta dun sa axis natin, and yung na-create niyang slope is yun yung derivative natin, which is the pertaining do sa average change ng y natin with respect to x. Okay? So, discuss natin differentiation formulas natin. So, yung first one natin, tinatawag natin derivative of a constant. So, ang sabi sa kanya, ang derivative daw ng constant is 0. So, when you see a function, an equation na y is equals to a certain value na constant, lagi ang derivative niya o slope niya is equals to 0. So, when we say, halimbawa, y is equals to 58. Okay? Since 58 is a constant number, pag kinuha natin yung derivative, that is always 0. Okay? Or let's say we have y is equals to e raised to 0. Okay? So, e raised to 0 or any number raised to 0 is equals to 1. And when we get the derivative of 1, that is equals to 0. So, basic lang naman yung number 1 na basta tatandaan natin once we see a constant and we are getting the derivative of that value of that constant, that is always equals to 0. Okay? So, these results follow the fact that the slope of a horizontal line is 0. So, ibig sabihin kung sa graph natin, and then, anong bawa? Y is equals to, ang i-graph natin, y is equals to 2. Okay? Si y is equals to 2, pag ginraph natin, isang itsura niya is horizontal line na ganyan. Okay? Yan yung graph na line na y is equals to 2. Okay? And kung makikita natin, yung slope natin, or kapag babalikan niyo yung geometry niyo, ang slope ng horizontal line is equals to 0. Okay? Kasi nasa parallel tayo dun sa x-axis natin. So wala tayong nakikreate na orientation or degrees mula dun sa horizontal line natin. Kaya ang slope natin ay equals sa 0. So, yan. So, sana malinaw tayo sa first one. Next. Okay. The second one, derivative of power x raised to n. So, ibig sabihin, the derivative of the n power of a function is equals to n times the product of the n minus 1 n power of the function and the derivative of the function. Okay, so ano ibig sabihin niya? So, let's say we have a variable daw na x na naka-raise siya sa certain power, certain exponent. So, yung derivative daw niya, so let's say y is equals to xn. Okay? Para daw makuha yung derivative niyan, derivative daw niyan is equals to n. Equals mo daw yung n times the product daw nung n minus 1 power ng function. So, ibig sabihin, xn minus 1. So, nag-minus 1 ka dun sa power, times mo daw nung derivative ng function. Yung function natin is yung variable natin. So, yung ibig sabihin, yung derivative, lagay ko na lang dito, the derivative ng x natin. Okay? Derivative ng x. So, ibig sabihin, pag Ang magandang ano lang niya, practice lang niya, halimbawa, pag may power ka, ibababa mo, tapos maminusan mo ng 1. What do I mean? Halimbawa, meron tayong y is equals to x raised to 4. So, ang derivative niya, ibababa mo yung 4, tapos maminusan mo ng 1 yung numerator niya, ay yung exponent niya, and then kukunin mo yung derivative ng x. And derivative ng x is just equal to 1. Okay? Okay, pag derivative ng x lang yung hinahanap natin, that is equals to 1. So this will be x raised to 3 times 1, o yung derivative natin will be 4x cubed. Okay? Another example, when we say, halimbawa, we have y is equals to x raised to 1/2. So again, derivative natin will be, bababa natin yung 1/2, then yung x, yung exponent natin, maminusan natin ng 1, and then derivative ng variable natin, which is x. Okay? So this will be 1/2 x, the 1/2 minus 1 is negative 1/2. Then derivative ng x ay 1. Okay? So this will be 1/2 x raised to negative 1/2, and para maging positive yung exponent natin, anong gagawin natin? Sa law ng exponent, kailangan pag naka-negative yung exponent natin, dapat lilipat natin siya sa ilalim. Okay? That will be 1/2 times 1 over x raised to 1/2. Kaya yung derivative natin will be equals to 1 over 2 square root of x. Okay? Again, last meeting I already explained kung paano nag-change yung exponent natin into radical form. Okay? Kaya naging 1/2 yun. Okay? Okay tayo sa derivative of power.
Yes po, sir.
Okay, thank you. Next, derivative of a sum. So the derivative of a sum of two functions is equals to the sum of their respective derivative. So, ibig lang sabihin ko, halimbawa, you have more than two terms or more than one term dun sa given function mo, para makuha yung derivative niya, derive mo lang daw siya separately. And then kunin mo yung sum niya. So let's say meron tayong y is equals to 5x plus 1. Okay? So ibig sabihin niyan, yung derivative natin will be equals dun sa derivative muna, derivative ng 5x, tapos derivative nung 1 natin. Okay? Or gawin ko na lang ganito. So yung derivative, first derivative natin, sige, gawin ko tong y1 na first term, second term. Okay? Sa first term natin, derivative niya is equals to, may constant tayo, na may coefficient tayong 5. So pag may coefficient, copy mo lang yung coefficient. Then si x mo is meron siyang imaginary na 1, di ba? So ibababa mo si 1, minus ka ng 1 dito. Okay? Tapos derivative ng x mo is 1. So pag sinimplify, this will be 5 x raised to 0 times 1, or just equals to 5. Okay? And then yung second term natin is a constant. So derivative ng constant is 0. So pag pinagsama natin, yung y prime natin will be equals to 5 plus 0, o yung derivative natin for the given function is just equals to 5. Okay? Another one. So without without changing or separating the terms. Halimbawa, 3x squared plus 5x plus 2. Okay? So gagawin natin, derivative natin will be equals to 3. Tapos yung 2 bababa mo, x 2 minus 1 times 1, yung derivative ng x, plus 5. Then binaba mo yung 1, yung x mo magiging 1 minus 1 times yung derivative ng x, plus yung derivative ng 2 is 0. Okay? tignan niyo yung mga plus natin. Yung term natin, first term, ito yung equivalent na derivative niya. Second term, ito yun. Third term, ito yun. Okay? So, separated pa din sila ng operations natin. So, simplify natin. We have, dito magiging 2 minus 1 is x lang. So, this will be 6x. Then dito, x raised to 0 is 1 times 1, 1 times 1, 1 times 5. So, plus 5. And then yung last natin is 0. So, 0 na to. Or, pag sinimplify natin, derivative natin is equal to 6x plus 5. So, this will be our answer. Okay? Next. Derivative of a product. So, the derivative of the product of two functions is equals to the first function times the derivative of the second plus the second times the derivative of the first. So, yan. So, medyo mahirap intindihin, ano? Pero ganito na lang. Let's say meron tayong function is equals to u times v. Okay? So, para daw since itong dalawang to is dalawang variable siya, no? Dalawang variable na magkaiba, u at v, ang derivative daw niya is equals to the first function. So, ito yung derivative natin. So, kopyahin mo lang daw yung first function times the derivative of the second function. So, derivative ng second function plus yung second function times mo daw ng derivative ng first. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, du. Okay? So, kapag nagde-derivative ka ng product, ang gagawin mo ngayon is kukunin mo yung derivative ng each variable. Okay? So, para mas mapadali yan, let me get an example. Okay. Okay, so let's say we have y is equals to x squared plus 5 times x cubed minus 7. Ayan. So, huwag kayong matakot doon sa mga equation natin, no? Ang maganda, iisa-isahin lang natin. Okay? So, yan yung given function natin. Y is equals to x squared plus 5 times x cubed minus 7. So, yung iba gagawin, i-distribute yan, meaning, i-simplify, no? Tapos, kung ano yung lumabas, yun yung i-derive nila. Pwede yon. Or pwedeng dadiretso mo na siya by derivative ng product. So, ang gagawin mo, i-assume mo na itong first portion natin is u. Okay, itong first portion na to is u. Yung second portion natin is v. Okay? So, pag in-assume mo yan, so u is equals to x squared plus 5. Tapos, meron ka ditong v is equals to x cubed minus 7. Okay? Ang gawin mo, kunin mo yung derivative niya parehas. Okay? So, derivative niya, so du is equals to 2x2 minus 1 times 1 plus 0 kasi constant yun. Next, yung derivative ng v natin will be 3x3 minus 1 times 1 minus 0. Simplify. Du is equals to 2x. dv natin is equals to 3x squared. Now, meron ka na niyan. Gamitin mo na yung formula mo for derivative, which is ito. Ta-substitute mo na lang. So, y prime is equals to u dv plus v du. Substitute mo. Ano yung value mo ng u? Ito, yung u mo. So, x squared plus 5. Ano yung value ng dv mo? dv mo ito. So, 3x squared. Plus yung value mo ng v. Ito. X cubed plus 7. Don't forget yung parenthesis kasi multiplication yan. And then yung du mo, which is ito. Okay? And then, tsaka mo siya i-simplify. Paliitin lang natin para magkasya. Yan. So, ngayon, pwede mo na siyang multiply. So, this will be 3x to the fourth plus 15x squared. Okay? So, dinistribute ko lang to. Then yung isa, didistribute ko din. Okay, so plus 2x to the fourth plus 14x. Then combine nyo yung pwedeng i-combine. That will be 5x to the fourth plus 15x squared plus 14x. So kung wala na kayong pwedeng simplify doon sa given problem, that will be our final answer for this particular example. Okay? Yan po yan. So kung halimbawa, ayaw mo naman gamitin yung derivative of product, di gawin mo, pwede mong i-expand, no? May choice ka naman eh. Kasi mathematics tayo, pwede. Basta merong ina-allow siya, pwede natin gawin. Okay? So, distribute muna natin. This will be x to the fifth minus 7x squared plus 5x cubed minus 35. Okay? So, pag ganyan na siya, simplify mo siya. Okay? Paano mo simplify? So, derivative ka na lang ng derivative of sum ka, tapos derivative of power, and derivative of constant. So, yung 1, 2, 3 natin na derivative formulas, gagamitin lang natin dito. Okay? So, y prime is equals to 5, x, 5 minus 1 times 1, minus 7 times 2, x, 2 minus 1 times 1, plus 5 times 3, x 3 minus 1 times 1 minus 0. Simplify, we have 5x to the fourth minus 14x plus 15x squared. So, ano nangyari? Are they the same? Sa sign. May sign. May mali ako sa sign. Walang x minus 7. Okay. So, mali pala ako ng kopya dito, no? Yan. So, yeah. Dapat x minus 7 to. So, dapat minus to. Yan. Now, parehas na siya. Okay? So, kung papapasin nyo, sasabihin nyo, ay sir, mas maikli naman pala yung solution na to. Ba't hindi na lang ito ginamit natin? Pwede naman. Pero there are some cases na hindi ganyan lagi yung case. There are some cases na hindi ganyan kasimple yung given na problem. Okay? Na much better siyang i-apply yung derivative ng product kesa i-simplify siya and then perform yung first 1, 2, 3 formulas natin. Okay? So ito pag in-arrange mo, it will be the same as this one. Okay? Malinaw tayo sa derivative of product?
Yes, sir.
Okay, next.
Yes po, sir.
Derivative of quotient. So ito yung last natin. So first 5 basic formulas natin. Okay? So yung quotient natin naman, ayan, nakalagay din sa kanya, the derivative of a quotient of two functions is equal to the denominator times the derivative of the numerator minus the numerator times the derivative of the denominator, all divided by the square of the denominator. Okay. So, halimbawa may function tayo, tawagin natin ulit na u at b yung variable ng denominator and numerator natin. So, para daw makuha yung derivative niya, so susundan natin yung is equal. So, parang nagko-convert tayo ng word problem to symbols, no? Yung ginawa nyo sa mathematics ng modern world nyo. Equals to siya sa denominator times derivative ng numerator. So, equal sa denominator natin is b times yung derivative daw ng numerator minus, okay? Minus yung numerator times the derivative of the denominator. So, yung numerator natin is u times yung derivative daw ng denominator all over or all of that term divided by the square of the denominator. So, ibig sabihin i-square mo yung denominator. Ibig sabihin ito yung formula para sa quotient. Okay? So, again, kapag nakakita kayo ng quotient, all you need to do is to get the derivative lang muna ng u at v mo. Tapos, tsaka mo na lang siya substitute doon. Okay. Apply natin sa example. So let's say y is equals to 1 minus x squared over 1 plus x squared. Okay? Again, this will be our u, this will be our v. Okay? So u is equals to 1 minus x squared. Kapag, and then meron tayong v is equals to 1 plus x squared. Kunin lang natin derivative of each term, of each set of terms. So du natin is equals to 0 minus 2x2 minus 1 times 1. Okay? Kay dv, we have 0 plus 2 x2 minus 1 times 1. So yung du natin will be equals to negative 2x, and then yung dv natin will be equals to 2x positive. Okay? Once na meron na tayo niyan, substitute mo na doon sa given formula mo. Okay? So, pag sinubstitute natin, y prime is equals to v du. So, v natin is 1 plus x squared. Tapos du is negative 2x minus u dv. So, 1 minus x squared. Then dv natin is 2x all over squared ng denominator, which is 1 plus x squared. Okay? So, wait lang. Palitin ulit natin to. Okay? Yan. So, sinimplify lang natin, no? O sinubstitute lang natin doon sa formula natin na derive dito, no? Dito sa formulang to. So, next is distribute natin yung numerator natin. So, this will be negative 2x minus 2x cubed. And then ito, upon distribution, this will be negative 2x plus 2x cubed all over 1 plus x squared. Okay? Simplify natin yung derivative natin, yung numerator natin. So this will be 0. Magka-cancel out siya, no? Yes, Mr. Beliganyo, sorry.
O yung constant po ba lagi ang derivative ay 0 pag
Yes. Lagi, kahit saan siya mapunta, basta solo
Kahit
lang
ano po-
siya, wala siyang kasamang variable sa term, laging 0 siya.
0 po. Thank you po.
Okay? So going back, so combine natin yung like terms. So we have negative 4x all over 1 plus x squared. So kung wala ka nang masimplify, so halimbawa yung denominator, kahit i-expand mo, hindi mo na naman masisimplify yung numerator and denominator. So pwede mo na siyang i-leave as is, no? So pwede natin sabihin na this will be our derivative for the given problem. Okay? So applying yung derivative of quotient formula, we are able to get yung derivative ng function natin in fraction, yung function natin in fraction form. Okay? Paano naman kapag halimbawa yung numerator natin is a constant, no? Okay, so maglagay tayo dito ng example. Okay, so let's say example natin, y is equals to 4 over 1 minus 5x squared. Okay, so pag inano natin yung formula, u natin, ito yung v natin. So again, yung formula natin for derivative is v du minus u dv over v squared. Okay? Pero makikita nyo, yung u natin, ano ang derivative ng u natin dito sa problem na to? Anong derivative ng 4?
0 po.
Okay, so 0. So, ibig sabihin yung du natin dito will be 0. So, ibig sabihin daw, pag numerator natin is constant, any number multiplied by 0 will be equals kay 0. So, if numerator is constant, yung formula daw ng derivative natin can be u dv minus v squared na lang. Okay? Kasi yung ano natin, yung given, yung derivative ng numerator natin will be 0. So, yan, pwede natin gamitin yan as direct formula kapag nakita natin yung numerator natin is constant agad. Okay? So, para ma-satisfy yung derivative natin, huli lang natin yung derivative ng v. So, ang v daw natin is equals to 1 minus 5x squared. So, dv is equals to 0 minus 5 times 2, x2 minus 1 times 1. So, dv natin will be equals to negative 10x. Okay? Then, substitute natin do sa derivative natin, negative u dv all over v squared. So, that will be negative 4. Then, negative 10x all over yung v squared natin is 1 minus 5x squared. Pag sinimplify, we have 40x all over 1 minus 5x squared. So again, kung wala na tayo pwedeng i-simplify sa kanya, this will be our final answer. So, ibig sabihin parang nabawasan tayo ng isang term na isipin, no? Hindi na natin kailangan kunin yung derivative ng u kasi kapag constant yung numerator natin, again, magka-cancel out yung 0 natin. Okay? So, kung hassle na mag-memorize ng additional formula, I suggest ito na lang yung tandaan natin. At the end of the day, yung magiging sagot mo will be always the same nung formula na gamit ito. Okay? Question sa derivative of the quotient?
Wala po, sir.
Okay? Yeah. So, find the derivative. So, ito na yung kanina, no? Nabigay ko na yung example na to. So, moving on tayo sa next. Ayan. So, find the derivative of this given function. Okay? So, sige nga. Please try this one. I'll give you 5 minutes to answer. Ano yung magiging derivative nito? Kahit pa-encode na lang sa chat box ng sagot. I'll give you time at least 5 minutes. Masyado mga mahabang 5 minutes, ano? Basta if you have an answer na type in your answer sa chat box natin, then we'll check. Okay? What would be our answer for this given function? The derivative of y is equals to x cubed plus 6x squared plus 9x plus 7. So, anong mga derivative formulas yung gagamitin natin? So, formulas 1, 2, 3 tayo. Combination ng 1, 2, 3. Okay? Okay, anyone? Kailangan take your time. May sound effects. Wala pa may answer. Okay, we have 1 plus.
How many sugar did you
Sir. Sir Fred, yung po bang laging final answer ng derivative ay wala na pong exponent?
Kung kailangan may exponent or yun talaga yung answer, just leave it be na may exponent siya. Okay, I think double check mo Mr. Desus yung sa'yo. Yung kay Miss Articulo is kulang. Tama yung first term ni yung first and second term ni Mr. Desus tama. Any other answer? Okay. Sige.
Sir, trinomial din po ba ang sagot, sir? Ang makukuha.
Yes.
Ano po, sir? Yung last ko po, plus 7 lang?
Hindi. Okay, so I think we got the correct answer. Okay, from Miss Maroon. Okay. So the answer is 3x squared plus 12x plus 9. Okay. So let's check kung paano nakuha ni Miss Maroon yan. Okay. So derivative of sums tayo. So y prime natin will be equals to 3x 2 minus 1 times 1 plus 6 times 2 x2 minus 1 times 1 plus 9 times 1 x1 minus 1 times 1 plus 0. Okay? So ito yung error ni Mr. Desus, no? Yung sa last term. Constant tayo, so dapat 0 siya. So this will be 3x plus, sorry, this is 3x squared plus 12x plus 9. Okay? So again, x raised to 1 minus 1 is x raised to 0, and any number raised to 0, any variable raised to 0 is equals to 1. Kaya 9 times 1 times 1 lang yun. So this is our derivative. Okay? Okay, so may mga sumunod pa lang naglagay ng answer. So correct po, no? Yung kay Mr. Beliganyo, Mr. Villanueva and Mr. Peñamante. Okay? Okay, next. Yan, so how about this one? So please try. Yan, 5 minutes. Same ba to nung example kanina? Let me check kung para sa example kanina, no? Ayun, iba siya. Okay? So please get the derivative of this one. Derivative of quotient tayo. So again, assign tayo ng U, assign tayo ng V. Okay? So, since halimbawa, ngayon lang talaga kayo na-expose mag-derivative, I would suggest yung method na ginagawa ko na yung U, ikukunin mo, and then yung V, kukunin mo separately. No? Tapos tsaka mo gagamitin yung formula natin for derivative of quotient na V du minus U dV all over V squared. Okay? So please try this one. Again, 5 minutes. So,
Sir, ano nga po ulit yung magiging base squared?
V squared yung ilalim. Yung denominator natin.
Yung ilal...
Kung ano yung naka-letter V natin. Ay, yung V natin is 1 plus 2x. So, i-squared mo lang yung 1 plus 2x.
Four po. Bakit hindi?
Okay. Answer, siguro mali lang yung pagkaka-encode, no? Pero the answer of Mr. Peñamante is correct. Mali lang yung quantity siguro. Okay? Medyo paayos yung quantity. Medyo mali yung expression, no? Baka yung pagkaka-type lang. Pero malapit na yung answer.
Sir, divide po yun.
Oo nga, pero ang naka-square mo is lahat, yung mula sa 4.
Hindi sir, ang square lang po nun ay 1 plus 2x square.
Okay. So correct yan kung yung 1 plus 2x square lang. 2x.
Nakaiwalay po yung divide 4, napasama lang po.
Okay. So correct. Correct yung answer, no? Okay.
Dito yun eh.
So sa calculus naman ano, no? More on practice lang talaga. Okay? 8 over 1 plus 2x raised to double check ako Mr. ano. Baka sa pagka-multiply yung numerator, baka meron tayo na miss out sa numerator. Pa-double check. Okay? Kaya pinagpa-practice ko kayo mag-solve. Yan. Yan tama na yan, Mr. Peñamenta. Sorry. Thank you. So kaya ako pinag-practice mag-solve kasi I don't want you to rely on yung mga solver natin dyan. Alam naman natin na mayroong mga ano dyan, may mga available dyan. Mga photomat ninyo, Symbolab, dami yan. Mga Wolfgram na ginagamit natin. Ayan. Dapat marunong tayo mag-manual. Hindi lagi kung gusto nyo maging engineer, magsagot tayo ng atin. Okay? Kay Miss Camille, double check yung exponent pero I think the same yung gusto mong parating, no? Yung exponent natin na 2, dapat nasa labas siya ng parenthesis, no? Iba kasi ang ibig sabihin ng ano, no? Yes. Okay? Alright, so again, another minute before I solve the given problem. May dalawa pa lang nakakuha, no? Okay. Siguro next time when we are solving like this one, magbigay ako ng points sa mga kano, no? Siguro after next meeting natin. Ayun, pwede pala yung naka-over. Okay, correct, Mr. Cantos? Ayan, tama na yung kay Miss Camille. Okay? Right, so let's try. Okay, going back dito sa diagram natin, ang ginawa diagram sa ano natin, sa equation solution natin. Pineset natin yung numerator and denominator natin as U and V as we can see dito, no? So again, para mas madali, hindi tayo maligaw, ipaghiwalayin natin siya. Kasi kapag halimbawa hasang-hasa ka na talaga mag-derive, kahit hindi mo na sulat to, kahit i-diretso mo na siyang substitute dito. Pero ngayon, kung ngayon lang kayo nagde-derive ng ganitong equations ng problem, I would suggest gawin nyo siya like this one, no? Para mas sure yung sign ninyo and sure yung mga sinasubstitute natin do sa given equation are correct. Okay? So, dito, this will be derivative ng u is equals to 0 minus 2 times 1, x1 minus 1 times 1. Okay? Derivative ng v will be 0 plus 2 times 1, x1 minus 1 times 1. Okay? So, this will be du is equals to negative 2. Okay? Then yung x 1 minus 1 natin will be equals to 1, kaya 2 na lang yan. So yung dv natin will be 2 na lang. Positive. Okay? Once we have those value, ito yung mga value yung kailangan natin eh. No? Substitute lang natin dito sa equation. So v natin is 1 plus 2x. Du natin is negative 2 minus 1 minus 2x times yung dv natin is 2 all over yung v natin na 1 plus 2x squared. Okay? Next is simplify natin yung numerator. So, i-distribute natin isa-isa, no? Okay? So, this will be negative 2 minus 4x. Then ito, 2 times 1 is 2 times negative. So, negative 2. Then 2 times negative 2x, negative 4x times negative. That will be positive 4x. So, this will be 1 plus 2x squared. So, baka doon nagkakamali yung iba, no? Kapag may minus dito, hindi natin, nalilimutan natin i-multiply yung negative na sign na yun dun sa whole term natin dito. So, be careful with that. Okay? So, dito, pwede natin cancel out yung 4. Okay? Kasi 0 yun. So, yung final answer natin will be equals to negative 4 all over 1 plus 2x squared. Okay? So, this is our answer for the given problem. Okay? Alright?
Okay po, sir.
Okay, next. Ano pa ba? Ayan. So, yan. Find the derivative of the given function for all over 1 minus 5x raised to 16. So, sige, patry ulit. I think, pang ilan na ba to? This is second to the last. No? Second to the last na to. So, almost the same to nung example kanina. Nag-iba lang yung exponent nung denominator. Okay, what should be the answer? So, kung tanda mo yung formula para sa derivative ng quotient na constant ang numerator, alam mo agad yung magiging priority mong i-derive, no? So, ano yung derive mong priority? Dito na makikita how one number changes everything, no? So, medyo nag-iba yung value natin. So, what do you think will be the answer? So, yung answer natin will be fraction pa din. K raised to okay, correct. Correct, Mr. Desus. Okay? Okay, so kung medyo na nahihirapan pa for now, that's okay. All you need to do is practice, 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 no? Don't feel pressured kung nakakasagot yung classmate niyo, no?
Sir,
Yes.
excuse me po.
Hmm.
May tanong lang po ako doon sa activity natin.
Yes.
Di ba po, fraction siya, kunyari na po, 5x plus 3. Tapos po, 4x plus minus 2. Pag po, yung sa numerator, po siya parang 4 quantity x plus delta x minus 3 over 4 quantity x plus delta x plus 4 po. Gagawin po ganun, di ba?
Yes.
Tapos po, i-cross multiplication siya sa
Hindi
doon
ko
po sa ano.
saan.
Doon po, di ba po,
Number ano yan sa, wait lang ha, check ko yung akin. Activity, okay. Number ano to? Okay, Mr. Peñamante, correct, no? Number sa test 4 ba? Test 4, letter C?
opo,
Letter C?
apo, letter C
Ah.
po siya.
Tapos, anong question mo nga?
Yung pag cross multiplication lang po, sir.
Cross multiply. Ba't ka magko-cross multiply?
Di ba po, sir, pwede mag-cross multiply kahit hindi mo nakuha yung conjugate? Tama ba? Conjugate po ba tawag doon?
Yes, kasi hindi naman siya radical. Kung pwede ka mag-cross multiply, if nasa equal sign sila. Pero kung halimbawa magkadikit sila, di ba, f of x plus delta x minus f of x yun. So, dapat ang gagawin mo, kunin mo yung LCD nung denominator, hindi cross multiply.
Opo, sir. Tapos po, nakuha ko na siya. Plus
Okay.
po yun, di ba? Hindi po minus.
Alin ang plus?
Di ba po?
Ang hirap pag wala
Nakuha ko yung
nakikita.
LCD. Kaya lagi,
Meron ka ba
Wait lang
nung
po.
uploaded
Ganito.
file mo? Wait nga. Nasubmit mo na ba yung file mong yan? Para check natin.
hindi pa po.
Hindi pa.
Yung ganito po, sir. Pwede po ganito siya. 4x minus 3 over 2x plus 5.
Teka.
Iano ko po siya, i-delta x ko siya pa.
Nakaganyan pala. Sorry ha. Sige. So, while nagsasagot yung iba, no, please continue. May tinatanong lang si Mr. De Jesus. Okay.
Yan po, sir.
Okay.
Kukunin ko po yung LCD.
Yes. Pero
So,
dapat
ang LCD,
simplify mo muna yung first term mo as simplest form para hindi magulo yung LCD mo kung may pwede kang i-simplify. Yung kay Mr. Beliganyo, tama ba pronunciation ko? Sorry yes, tama na yung isa. Okay.
ito po, sir. Ganito po.
Ayan. Okay. Tapos,
Ang magiging LCD po niya, itong baba, di ba, sir?
yes.
So ganito po siya.
Tapos 'di ba kukunin mo yung numerator niya. Magiging multiply siya nung yung first term ng numerator mo multiplied mo nung denominator ng second term mo minus yung second numerator mo times yung first denominator. Yun yung magiging total ng numerator mo.
Ay, kala ko, sir, pwede kasi cross
Hindi
multiplication
pwede.
din.
Hindi. Kasi nag-LCD ka na eh.
Kasi, sir,
Yung katulad ng ginagawa natin na sample
maka-cancel, di ba?
na ganon. Hindi.
Kasi makaka-cancel din naman po. Ay,
Kaya,
hindi po pwede.
sige, ipakita ko yung gusto mong sabihin, no?
Nalito lang po kasi ako doon sa
Pero okay lang yan, may point ka naman eh. So, i-represent ko na lang by variable yung tinatanong mo. Halimbawa, yung A over B, tapos halimbawa minus C over D. Okay? Para mapagsama yan, dapat, di ba ginawa mo yung LCM, BD, di ba? Para matuloy yan, kailangan si BD, i-divide mo to dito kay B, ang matitira ay D, tapos mo-multiply mo yan dito, A times D. Minus yung second natin, ito, divide mo dito, matitira ay B, kaya magiging CB. Okay? Kaya kung halimbawa yung sinasabi ko na isa na multiply mo to, tapos kung ano yung numerator, ang magiging ano mo is, pwede mo yung isang shortcut pag nagko-combine ng fraction, pwedeng multiply daw ito, tapos multiply mo to, tapos over yung product nitong ilalim. So the same lang din 'yun. So A times D, yung multiplication ng una, ano? Pero since negative yung sign mo dito, dapat kokopyahin mo 'yun, tapos multiply mo 'yun CB over yung product ng ilalim, which is BD. Na ngayon, yun yung gagawin mo dun sa fraction mo, ang sa-substitute mo lang yung actual mong value. Kaya hindi pwede yung cross multiplication. Okay? So, hindi tayo pwede mag-cross multiply kasi meron tayong operation doon.
Okay po. Magkasama na sir sa quantity po yun,
Um,
yung pag-divide nyo po. Kasi may cancel yung ano eh, yung
pwedeng
B po eh.
paghiwalayin mo. Hindi kasi wala kang i-cancel kasi nagko-combine ka nga ng fraction. Kasi
I mean po sir,
pag
di ba
mo, babalik ka lang doon sa original mo.
Okay po.
And
Thank
ito,
you.
multiplication ito. Kaya kung halimbawa meron mang parehas na term si B at si D, hindi mo siya pwedeng pag-cancel o pag-combine kasi multiplication.
Okay po sir. Nagets ko na po.
Okay, so going back, so thank you for that question. So okay yung ganong question, no? Kasi gagamitin nyo sa exam yung ganong concept. Okay? And I think yung isang good na procedure doon is yung pagkuha ng LCM ng given fraction. Na syempre i-expect natin na dun sa examination, there will be questions na kailangan mong kumuha ng conjugate or kumuha ng LCD ng fraction. Okay? Para ma-simplify siya. Okay? So I think a number of students have got the correct answer. Congrats dun sa mga nakakuha na sagot or kahit dun sa mga hindi nagta-type pero nakuha yung sagot. Congrats. So let's do this. So ito U, ito yung V natin. Then U natin is yung 4 and V natin is equals to 1 minus 5x raised to 16. Pero meron tayong special formula kanina nang nagawa na pag constant yung numerator, yung first term ng original natin is magka-cancel out kaya ang formula na lang natin is UdV over V squared na lang. Okay? So, kailangan mo na lang ay derivative ng V, no? Meron ka na ng value ng U which is ito, value ng V which is ito. So, kailangan mo na lang ay si dV. Okay? Si dV will be equals to 0 minus 5 times 16 x 16 minus 1 times 1. So, dV natin will be equals to negative 80 x raised to 15. Okay? So, substitute, we have negative 4 times negative 80 x raised to 15 all over 1 minus 5 x raised to 16 squared. Simplify, we have 320 of x raised to 15 all over 1 minus 5x 16 squared. Ito yung y prime natin. So, this will be our final answer for this given problem. Okay? So, again, kung halimbawa yung denominator mo, kahit i-expand mo, no, kasi di ba binomial yan, pwede mo siyang i-expand and wala naman siya matutulong para ma-simplify pa yung given answer mo. Don't try to expand na yung denominator kasi nasa simplest form na siya as ngayon, no? Pero kung halimbawa pwede siyang ma-simplify once you expand the denominator, then please do so. Okay? So paano mo nalalaman kung pwede siya i-expand o hindi, no? Tingnan mo yung degree ng exponent dun sa numerator and denominator. Kapag yung denominator natin is greater than dun sa numerator ng dun sa exponent ng numerator natin, there will be no further simplification if halimbawa polynomial yung given sa denominator natin. Okay? Okay, for our last problem, we have this one. Find the slope of y is equals to x squared minus x minus 5 at 1, negative 5. Okay? So ngayon, pinaparap yung slope. Ngayon, baka mamaya bigla kang mga taranta. Slope daw yung slope. So again, please remember na si derivative ay equals kay slope. So pinapakuha lang niya yung derivative ng function, and kapag may given kayong point na ganito, no, na magpa-pass through siya dun sa point na yon, once nakuha mo yung derivative, sasubstitute mo lang yung value nito. And alam naman natin kapag may ordered pair tayong ganito, na yung first number natin is pertaining sa x value, and yung second term natin or second value natin is pertaining dun sa y value natin. Okay? So, originally, ang pinapanap lang sa atin talaga is kunin daw natin yung derivative nitong function na to, which is, I think, after several example na na-compute natin, madaling-madali nang makuha, no? So, y prime is equals to, i-try kong i-diretso. Yan. Agree kayo? 2x minus 1 lang siya. Okay? So, by practice, siguro ma-develop niya na i-ano na lang na 2x minus 1 siya. Pero kung halimbawa papahabain natin yung solution, that will be 2x, 2 minus 1 times 1, minus 1 times x. X is to 1 minus 1 times 1 minus 0. So, y1 will be equal to 2x minus 1. Okay? So, same lang yan. Okay? Once you get the derivative, so yan yung ibig sabihin yung hinahanap nating slope. Again, the slope is represented by the letter m. No? So, m is equals to 2x minus 1. And sabi niya, at point 1, negative 5. Dun sa given derivative natin, ang meron lang tayong variable is x. So, si x lang yung gagamitin natin. Okay? So, m is equals to 2 times 1 minus 1. Or ang sagot natin, m is equals to 1. So, ito yung hinahanap na value ng slope natin. 1 ang slope natin dun sa given problem. Okay? Question for this kind of problem?
Sir, ano po yung tsura niya sa ano po, sa graph?
Sa graph. Okay. Ano ba yung graph yan? Sige. Pwede natin i-graph yan. So, kailangan marunong ka mag-graph ng function mo muna, no? So, si y is equals to x squared minus x minus 5. Kailangan makita mo muna siya as a graph. Okay? So, marunong ba kayo mag-plot ng parabola? If I may ask.
Sir.
Yes.
Marunong sila mag-plot ng parabola. So, yung example natin is a parabola. Okay? So, kung y is equals to x squared minus x minus 5 yan. So, kailangan is i-isolate natin yung x, yung y squared sa isang side. Then, yung y is pagsamahin natin. Tsaka yung variable natin. So, this will be y plus 5 is equals to x squared minus x. Then, we can factor out yung x natin. Or we can do pala completing the square. Okay? So this will be 1/2 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 equals to x squared minus x plus 1/4. Okay? Again, nagka 1/4 tayo, gawa ng completing the square, no? And then this will be, ito assuming na marunong na kayo, ha? Kaya hindi na ako nag-explain masyado. This will be 21 over 4 is equals to, factor nito will be x minus 1/2. Okay? So yung vertex natin will be 1/2, 0. And then since ang may squared natin ay si x, ibig sabihin magpapaso tayo ng 2 beses sa x. And then since positive yung left side natin, ibig sabihin opening upward tayo. So yung magiging itsura ng graph natin, ito yung 1, ito yung 1/2. So ito yung vertex natin. And then x squared tayo, so positive yung y. So yung value natin is ganyan yung graph natin, no? Okay? So, yan yung graph natin. And then, ano yung point natin? Yung point natin is 1, negative 5. Okay? Tama ba ang aking pinagagawa? Wait lang ha. 1, negative 5. Okay, so 1, negative 5. Uh-huh. 5 plus 1/4. 21/4. Ha? So, yung equation natin is x squared minus x minus 5. Okay? So, baka mali yung ano ko, no? So, dapat yung vertex natin is so dapat hindi 0 to. Dapat ito ay negative 21/4. That is 5.25. Negative 5.25 yung vertex natin. Kaya pala hindi nagtatama, no? So, erasing ko to. So, yung graph natin is this one. So, ito yung 1, ito yung 1/2. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, somewhere dito. Ito yung vertex natin na 1/2, negative 5.25. Then, yung point natin is 1, negative 5. 1, negative, 1, tsaka negative 5. So, somewhere dito. So, dapat passing through yan dun sa line na yan. Okay? And, iyan yung parabola natin. Ngayon, ano yung slope natin? So, tangent line tayo, di ba? And ito yung point na dadaanan niya. Since kailangan magkameron tayo ng tangent line, yung tangent line natin magpa-pass through dyan. Okay? And makikita ninyo, ang direction ng tangent line natin is inclined pataas to the right siya. Pag ang slope, ang line natin is inclined, papunta siya sa direction na yan, ang slope natin is positive or greater than 0. Kaya yung nakuha nating value na m is equals to 1 is tama siya dun sa figure natin na figure na ano. Okay? Kasi pag tinignan nyo dito, yung theta natin dito will be positive. Okay? So sa line kasi, pagdating sa slope, kapag ganyan yung direction, m is greater than 0. Kapag downward yung direction natin, m is less than 0. And kapag horizontal, m is equals to 0. And then kapag vertical tayo, m is equals to undefined or infinity. Okay? Kasi vertical na tayo, wala na tayong slope na pinag-uusapan. Okay? So, one way of checking kung tama yung slope na nakuha natin is by graphing. So, kung hindi kayo naniniwala doon sa graph ko, we can use a plotting ano. Okay? So, ito chinek ko yung pag-plot. Tinype ko lang yung function and ganito yung itsura ng function natin. Okay? So, tama naman yung parabola natin. Opening dito sa vertex natin na yan, 0.5 tsaka negative 5.25. And then yung point na ano tayo dito tayo maglalagay ng line, no? So pinapahanap yung slope natin dito sa point na to. Okay? So na-answer ba yung question kanina?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you po.
Okay, thank you. Any more other question? Any more question? Okay, so I think this ends our lecture for today. Okay, so if somehow you realize some questions later on, please don't hesitate dun sa ating chat box, okay, sa GC. Okay, again, the examination will be tomorrow. I'll be posting it on the time of our original schedule, which is 10:30. Pero ang deadline natin is until 12 midnight. Okay? So, propose ko siya ng 10:30. Accessible siya by 10:30. Pero yung deadline ng submission for the solution is until 12 midnight. Okay? Okay tayo? Okay?
Okay po, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we don't have any more question. I request everyone to open their camera for